My uncle, understanding my craving for solitude, entrusted me with the guardianship of his house on Elmwood Street while he ventured on vacation with his family to Europe. The departure of my aunt and cousin preceded my uncle's, leaving me to my own devices in the vacant house for a few weeks, emphasizing the need for privacy. My uncle strictly prohibited inviting friends or lingering too much in the yard, citing concerns over the snow accumulation and possible accidents. Initially, the experience was liberating. The solace of an empty house allowed me a newfound sense of freedom. However, an unexpected occurrence in the dead of night shattered this tranquility. Awoken by an unfamiliar noise, I groggily rose from my bed. The dimly illuminated room cast in an eerie glow from the intense moonlight streaming through the window. Unsettled, but not yet frightened, I peered outside to the sight of a relentless blizzard engulfing the neighborhood. Curiosity lured me to the window. Captivated by the unyielding snowfall, abruptly a noise echoed from downstairs, jolting my heart into a frantic rhythm. Descending the stairs, I flicked on lights, guiding my path. The peephole on the front door beckoned me cautiously. I approached, only to be met with a chilling sight. Footsteps tracing a chilling path towards the door. My pulse racing, I slammed the door shut, locking it securely. Breathless, I pondered who would brave such weather at this unearthly hour. Fumbling with my thoughts, I darted to the back door, straining to see through the frosted glass. Amidst the snow, a vague figure emerged, a childlike silhouette venturing away from the house, barely visible in the storm. Fear intermingled with concern. As I contemplated the child's inexplicable presence, I seized my phone, dialing 911. Reporting the perplexing encounter, glued to the window, I scanned the swirling snow, hoping for a glimpse of the lost child. However, they vanished before help arrived. Moments later, the authorities stood in my kitchen, assessing the situation. A faint knock at the door drew their attention, revealing the very same child. Perturbed by the child's blank expression, they ushered him inside, clad only in a thin sweatshirt despite the biting cold. The boy's demeanor was puzzling, his responses sparse and seemingly detached from the situation. The surrealism of the moment confounded us. His aimless wandering in the blizzard felt otherworldly. As weeks elapsed without answers, my uncle returned, relieving me of my house-watching duties. Yet the mystery lingered. The book claimed residence at my uncle's house, a revelation that added more to the perplexity. But the inexplicable occurrences persisted. A few weeks later, another missing child was found near the premises, sparking disquieting questions. Could there be a connection between these occurrences? I found myself tangled in a web of uncertainty. My uncle's insistence on privacy and the successive incidents raised suspicions. Was he concealing something, or was it merely an unfortunate coincidence? The police investigation found no foul play, yet the unsettling feeling remained, leaving the enigmatic house on Elmwood Street steeped in unanswered questions. The vast, desolate expanse of Nevada seemed like the ideal place for solace and solitude. In this desolate region, I found myself in a modest cottage away from the bustling cities, accompanied only by my loyal dog, Max. The remoteness of the place, nestled far away from civilization, was usually comforting, but one fateful night this isolation became a cause for concern. Working from home provided a semblance of normalcy at dusk. I took Max for our customary evening stroll along a trail that snaked through the barren terrain. Behind our abode, the frigid winter air and the soft veil of snowflakes set a serene tone as we traversed the path. However, as the sun dipped below the horizon, an unnerving sensation gripped me. Max, my constant companion, abruptly halted in his tracks. Fixated on a point ahead, the darkness made it hard to discern anything unusual. Yet I sensed an inexplicable unease. As we proceeded, a disconcerting sight came into view. Fresh footprints imprinted in the snow, traversing the trail perpendicularly. These tracks were unmistakably recent, cutting across the path towards my isolated dwelling. The abrupt appearance and direction of these tracks sent shivers down my spine. I hastened our pace, guiding Max back home, the snowfall intensifying with each step. Reaching the door, an eerie sense of foreboding lingered. Reassured by Max's seemingly calm demeanor, I removed his leash, yet a gnawing sense of unease persisted, compelling me to check for any signs of intrusion. Navigating the side of the house in the dimly lit landscape, my senses heightened. Max's sudden barking from inside startled me, compelling a swift return to the front. Rushing in, I found Max fixated on the back door, his intense stare amplifying my anxiety. The sudden sight of water pooled near the doormat sent my heart racing. My pulse quickened as I spotted footprints leading up to the door and vanishing into the snowy expanse, outlining an ominous trajectory around the house. Fear gripped me. I hastily retrieved my hunting rifle, my only recourse in this secluded wilderness. The unnerving realization that someone had tried to breach the sanctity of my dwelling loomed ominously. The tracks veered off, prompting a frantic rush to the opposite side, illuminating the area and unveiling the blinds, hoping to catch a glimpse of the intruder. The clamorous sounds of fleeing footsteps echoed in the distance as Max's bark intensified, peering through the window. I strained to see amidst the snowfall, but found nothing but a shroud of white. Hours dragged on, my nerves taut, left to fend for myself in this desolate landscape. The following morning, the police investigation yielded no answers. The incident cast a pall over my once cherished sanctuary, shattering the illusion of security in this desolate terrain. The chilling encounter left an indelible mark, forever altering my comfort in this secluded abode. Yet, amidst the isolation, Max remained a steadfast companion, his vigilant presence an assurance that offered a glimmer of solace in the haunting silence of Nevada's desolate expanse. In my youth, my family ritualistically ventured north for ice fishing escapades, taking residence in remote cabins nestled amidst the desolation. Secluded, the area boasted minimal civilization, a single gas station being the sole semblance of society within a mile radius, followed by a desolate 20 to 30-minute stretch devoid of human presence. Arriving in the waning light of a January afternoon, wearied from an 8-hour drive, we commenced the unpacking process. The cabins, secured with smart locks, necessitated a code to procure the key, a routine I'd grown accustomed to over the years. However, this time, peculiar tracks adorned the snow, hinting at prior visitors. Brushing off my concerns, my father rationalized it as a trace left by the cleaning personnel. Settling in, I occupied my room, familiarizing myself with its arrangement. Attempting to close the window blinds revealed more tracks emerging from the woods, an ominous trail leading to our doorstep. Annie's crept in, unsettling the familiar comfort of our cabin retreat. Reporting my discovery to my father, he promised to investigate later, yet, as the day progressed, the weather shifted. Snowfall escalating to near-blizzard conditions, foiling any impromptu inspections. Amidst the simmering spaghetti dinner and a movie, a series of thumps against my bedroom wall startled me awake. Initially dismissing it as a minor disturbance, the persistent noise wore my patience thin. Investigating, I spotted fresh tracks akin to those seen before, originating from the woods and circumventing our cabin. Securing the windows, I retired to bed, a sense of helplessness overwhelming any attempt to address the situation. The next day, sharing my ordeal with my skeptical father, we braved the harsh elements to inspect the tracks together. Human footprints leading from the woods to our cabin intensified our unease. A presence in this desolate locale felt inexplicable, alerting my father's friends. No one could fathom the origins of these eerie incidents. In a desperate attempt to assuage, fishing excursions offered temporary reprieves, yet the constant notifications from the motion-sensitive cameras intensified our trepidation. A frantic call to my father's friend, urging him to check the cabin, culminated in a fruitless investigation. Police intervention ensued, but the cameras failed to capture any tangible evidence. Nights were spent under the watchful eye of my father's friend, while the cabin, under surveillance, triggered repeated alerts of suspicious movements. On the day of our departure, the cameras signaled activity once more. Rushing to the cabin, a tense search yielded nothing, except for those haunting tracks leading back to the woods. Despite the urge to pursue them, my mother vehemently opposed the idea. Subsequent visits to different cabins brought respite from the chilling occurrences. Perplexed, my father's friend admitted the mystery remained unsolved, and the trespassers ceased haunting the cabins once we left. That haunting chapter in our lives left us with unanswered questions, a chilling reminder of the inexplicable, the lurking presence that haunted our isolated retreat at Willow Lake.